can imagine that I can get this level and fight under world undefeated boxer and Olympic champion, gold medalist, and very big respect to him for his success in the pro and amateur career. It's really great success, but right now we're facing each other, and I should prove that I'm better.
You know, his side has been doing a lot of talking, and that's fine. We love it. It's okay. It's not our first rodeo. We've been down this road before. We don't always respond right away because, and sometimes our silence is misinterpreted as we don't understand or we don't get it. No, we get it. We watch. We take notes. But in the meantime, we keep working, and then we produce come fight night. That's what we specialize in. So all the talking is great. I love it. But know one thing, I'm not taking no mess come Saturday night. I'm gonna be there.
Hello, boxing fans. James Smith from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. And Saturday night from the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, it's a matchup we've all been looking forward to. Sergey Kovalev defending his light heavyweight championship belts against Andre Ward, two of the top pound-for-pound fighters on the planet. In fact, two of the top 5. How often do you see that? Well, a matchup like this means it's going to be a lot about strategy. So who better to chat with than the trainers of these two? It's John David Jackson for Sergey Kovalev and Virgil Hunter, the trainer of Andre Ward. Obviously, what Andre's going to try to do, attempt to do, is nullify the power of Kovalev. And one of the things that in studying this fight, I think, is that the power of Kovalev is somewhat one-dimensional in that it's length. It's not on the inside. So talk about that, the power of Kovalev and what to do to shut it down.
Well, I think what you just said was an astute observation about where the power exists, within the trajectory of his punch. But again, when I think of power, I think of Thomas Hearns at one punch or something like that. But it's obvious he has a cumulative power, and you have to respect that. So, a lot of people are staying sort of on one side or the other, power against brains and things like that. But I think he brings much more to the table than power, just like on the other end. We bring much more to the table than IQ and grit. We have significant power of our own because to this day nobody's walked to him and walked through him. So I think that speaks for itself.
When I did my in-ring with Andre, one of the things he went into great length to explain and show me is how he immediately knows how to get on the inside and then stay on the inside. Talk about how you guys plan to deal with that and nullify that, because I think Sergey's best power is with distance.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for doing that with Andre.
Did you see it?
Because I studied it. I studied all those moves that he made, and it helped me out. It helped me a great deal to understand what he was going to do. So I want to thank you once again.
Andre, don't blame me if it doesn't go right then on that. Right.
As far as the inside game, Andre's good at that to a degree, and I give him credit for certain things he does. But he's not really a great inside fighter because he does a lot of grabbing, holding, grappling. He doesn't just sit in the pocket and fire shots, block, and fire right back, roll. So he's good to a degree at the inside game, but is he willing to stay there and take back the punishment that's going to come at him? Because Sergey is a tremendous puncher. So when he goes to the body, I want to see how much Andre's willing to take in order to give. If he's willing to stay there that long, because he's going to receive some punishment back. He's not the bigger puncher. So what he may, to a degree, hurt Sergey. What happens when you get hit with the counter shot flush? Do you stay there and say, well, I'm going to stay and fight some more? Or am I going to get away and say, let me regroup and do something different?
On the inside, he is magnificent at controlling things, and even when they're in close, I don't know why people call it dirty fighting. It's tactical fighting, it's old school fighting, it's smart fighting. Talk about the inside fighting and how important of a role that'll be on Saturday night against Kovalev.
Well, it definitely is going to be important at certain times in the fight, and if we feel like it's something that he can't deal with, then he's going to have to deal with it the majority of the fight, trust me. Again, only those who have maybe had a favorite fighter lose, the critics, they're going to put these things out. So, boxing is almost like a domino effect. Everything just falls the same way. So, you don't pay attention to that, just like I don't minimize Sergey and I don't maximize Andre. I know what he can do and I know what he's capable of. And if they underestimate that, they're being for a shock.
Met and interviewed the great Archie Moore and Bob Foster, who's my favorite light heavyweight ever. Does Sergey, I call it uncommon power, is he in that league, in your opinion?
Luckily, I was never hit by Bob Foster or Archie Moore, but I know that they have that kind of power. And the great power. Archie Moore had the most knockouts in boxing, and Bob had some great one-punch knockouts. So I think he's getting to that. He's getting to that point where he's beginning to get in that group of fighters. He's not there yet. A win here and maybe a fight with Stevenson, and I think his name is Beterbiev, the Russian kid. I think those 3 fights with wins over them would cement the fact that he belongs in the top, maybe the top 8 light heavyweights of all time.
In terms of Andre Ward and his legacy, certainly he's going to go down as one of the great super middleweights of all time. In terms of becoming and being considered one of the great fighters of all time, how important is Saturday night?
Very important. Very important if you want to put that into your legacy. I mean, again, you could say the Dawson fight really added to it, but this fight is even much more significant than that one. So if he wants to get into the Hall of Fame, he might be close right now. If he wants to, get those belts and dominate the light heavyweight division, this is the very beginning right here.
Sergey Kovalev is going to win 2 ways, by knockout or by decision. If he wins by decision, it'll be a convincing decision because he has to do certain things to nullify Ward's strengths, and he do certain things to expose his weaknesses. And if he does those 2 things, he will be very victorious.
Tell the folks what you expect to happen on Saturday night with your guy Ward against Kovalev.
I expect victory.